name's Wei Koh here, the founder of Revolution Magazine in 2014, SIHH. It is my last appointment of the salon, but also my best appointment of the salon because I'm here with one of my favorite people and a man who I consider a genius, Mr. Angelo Bonati, the CEO and creator of Panerai watches. Mr. Bonati, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Very good, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Congratulations also on winning the Revolution Award for Best Sports Watch for your incredible Regatta Chronograph. I think it's the most logical, easiest to use, and most beautiful because it's simple and pure Regatta Chronograph on earth, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So on the subject of chronographs, I know this year you have some new chronographs for us, but maybe I can ask you a more general question first. Why is it that men, and in particular you, love the chronograph?
The chronograph is an instrument. It's not just a watch, it's an instrument that through which you can stop the time, you can measure the time, you can measure a fraction of time. It was always something, an object that fascinated the people. In this case, we use this theme because every year we choose a theme present in our assortment and we put on the window, let me say, in order to remind to all the people that Panerai is not working just in the luminol base and luminol marina, but he has also a professional assortment.
Fantastic. And last year you introduced us to a wider range of 1940s Radomir watches, which are extremely beautiful watches, very elegant watches in some ways. This year you bring one of the most beautiful watches of the year that I've seen so far, the 1940s Radomir Chronograph with these incredible dials and also a wonderful Minerva movement inside. Could you please explain to me a bit about the inspiration for this watch and where you think it places Panerai in terms of positioning for chronograph?
But it's simple. Basically, we use this movement coming from Minerva in order to continue to present the 1940 and to put under the eyes of collectors that Panerai is available to produce some watches with very high quality, very high awareness. In this case, the technical awareness from Minerva using the movement that the base of this movement was created around the 1940s is very coherent with our cases, and is coherent because don't forget that Minerva was also a supplier of Panerai.
It's a very beautiful watch. I find it to be very elegant. In some ways, almost the Patek Philippe of chronograph for Panerai. But what I would like to ask you is, how did you implement the design language of the SLC dial and also the California dial into such a classic-looking chronograph?
But it's correct what you said. That means that we have the classical. We combine the classical dial Panerai with for a chronograph like that, with the scale that you need to do, because the scale is true that it seems some other brands, but you are obliged to put this kind of scale in order to measure the fraction of time. Without this kind of scale you cannot measure the fraction of time. So that means that the dial is divided by two. One is the aesthetical dial linked to the history of Panerai, the other one is linked to the history of the chrono.
And I think this year is in some ways a wonderful year for Panerai because it's a year when the P5000, the 8 days manual wind movement, goes into the base luminol merino watches, meaning that at this point, every Panerai in the assortment has an in-house movement. Is this very meaningful to you?
Yes, that's correct. With the P5000, basically we complete the first step of our development, that it took years and years. But we are really satisfied because we are available and able to offer to our client a great watch equipped by the in-house movement Panerai manufacturer movement with the function of a day that at one price very competitive, and so in this case we can affirm that we give them a watch of value.
May I ask you a question about the new manufacturer? When does this open, and what does this mean to Panerai to have a manufacturer that can do all of the in-house competences in one place?
The manufacturer was open officially 10 days ago. It's operating now. The fine-tuning will take still 4 or 5 months, but basically all the worker moved from the old manufacturer to the new one, and now they are starting to produce what is the plan. What does it mean, this manufacturer? This manufacturer means different things, but all the things linked to the values of the brand. First of all, the manufacturer was not expanded, it was not created in order to expand our quantities, but to improve our quality. Because having a lot of métier inside the same manufacturer, we can easily manage the process, the quality. People can talk with each other, they can share the experience. So everything can grow up better and speed up instead of before.
Yeah, I would like to ask you a question about one very beautiful dandy style watch, which is the pocket watch. Can you explain to me the inspiration for this?
But the inspiration, again, it comes from the history of the brand. If you look at all the photographies of the pictures of our shop, you can easily see that at the beginning of the last century, Panerai was showing through the shop just a pocket watch, a wall clock. In order to remind this, to honor this kind of tradition, we released last year, prior year, the ceramic pocket watch, and now we released the Radomir pocket watch in two different colors, the red one, gold red one, and white gold.
Fantastic, Mr. Bonati. And maybe one last question. I know you will be coming to join us in Hong Kong at the end of the year. What does this fair, Watch and Wonders, mean to you? And can we expect any new surprises? Watch
and Wonder for me, as I told last year, is a door for the Asia. And is a fantastic initiative, is a fantastic because we can easily show to the customer the assortment complete of each brand. We can show our image, we can show our know-how, we can talk to them. So we bring a part of our know-how directly to the Asia in order to give an answer to the questions of our great clients. Don't forget that Asia now is one or the region most important for the watch industry of the world, and that's deserve to have a show and exhibition like that. Of course, we will surprise our client offering a new product that I cannot reveal now, but you have to wait until at the end of September.
Fantastic. I will see you there at the end of September. Thank you, Mr.
You
Bonati.
will see, you will appreciate, I'm sure.
I am almost convinced that I will love it already. Thank you very much, Mr. Bonati.
Thank
Wonderful
you,
to see you.